Hello, my gorgeous friends on the internet. Today we're going to talk about the Tailwind version 4. Let's dig into the video. Okay, here we have the Tailwind version 4 new features. Yeah, new features released. Okay, let's see the features. Okay, first they say the high performance engine, and I tested it. The compile time is bit better than version 3, and rather than that one. Okay, you can see the version 3.4 was version 4 improvements. The time which taken for the build, it's in the version 3.4 it's 378 milliseconds, but in version 4 it's 100 milliseconds, kind of significantly uh, change when it comes to the build time and other stuff, right? Okay, other than that, this is rebuild and pre-build CSS. You can see for any perspective its speed get improved for the build. And the thing is, okay, let's dig into the first and most important thing is now you don't have bunch of configurations, and the installation process is pretty simple. You just have to import and the Tailwind CSS, and if you use in Vite, just add that plugin. That's all for everything. And when it comes to CSS, in the previously we import 3 CSS files from the Tailwind, but now you only have to import one. Okay, that's the pretty much basic of this one. You can see that what I say in here, that you can just add the Tailwind plugin directly to the Vite. And when it comes to the content detection, previously in the version 3 we have to add which are the content which need to apply CSS in theme config file in the Tailwind, but now it's automatically generated and get the things. Okay, super easy. And the and you don't have to import the plugins and other stuff furthermore, because it's already automatically imported. You know how things become very easy in the day by day. And the most important thing is now you don't have separate theme file for the Tailwind config files. Now you can directly modify variables in your CSS. Just wrap it at theme, then do whatever you want. Super easy, right? And this is almost same stuff, and we can play with these values and add fonts. You know, the add fonts and other stuff is way more easier than version 3 when it comes to this structure. And the most important thing is dynamic utility values, which means in previous versions Tailwind have some defined values. If you want custom values, as this example, if you need 15 columns in the grid, we have to add it to theme, or we have to write in custom values. But now default support our custom values. This is pretty much very huge thing when it comes to development. You know, when you play with margins, paddings and other stuff, you know, you sometimes you play with 47. Okay, margin 47, but there's a no 47 value for margin. It doesn't apply. But for the now, no, it's not. It's already fixed. Okay, in this version. Yeah, and yeah, you can use that in pixel paddings, margins, as well as widths and heights and everything. Almost everything. That's the almost everything you need to know, right? Okay. This is color palette. I don't know. When I develop in the things, I use custom color palettes. I don't use Tailwind colors by customization. I use my own color palette. So okay. And the other thing is, when it comes to responsiveness, now you can use container queries in your Tailwind. That's a huge thing. You know, when it comes to media queries, the Tailwind queries are released by a few years ago, but since least now we can play it around in Tailwind. You can see, read the documentation. I will add the link below. And when it comes to 3D utilization, now you can play with these values and you know, play with some x, y and z axis, other stuff, something like that. These are pretty simple things. You know, when you if you don't have any idea, just go to Tailwind documentation and search about these things perspective. Then it's all the necessary stuff are coming. Okay, and the gradients are improved. I don't care. Okay. It's okay. Oh, it needs to care because now we can play with sRGB values and really I never heard about these things. Okay, and, let's talk later. And now you have conical and other stuff. This all regarding to gradients. And the most important thing is now you can have some pretty much decent transitions. You can know when this is a popover, okay, and I think it's a HTML popover, and you can see when it's open, it's a nice seamless fading effect. Previously, if you want to achieve something like this, you had to use frame emotions or some little bit of JavaScript, but now it's built in. It's very nice. And there's a not property in now CSS. Now you can use that value. You can see in here, not dash. However, really I didn't play any values in here. I just read the documentation and play with some default CSS until now, and I didn't check the new values, how it's going and what sort of situation we need to use that one. But anyhow, you can try that one. Yeah, and there's a new CSS properties coming. You can see now you have directly use int value. This is very important. Playing with childs and inert, and this one is insert shadow. I use lot this field sizing. I am not okay, invariant, which is lot like group but without need for the group. Oh, this is very important. If you use something like that, when you situation like this, let's see, if you hover on the parent, we have to change the color of the some div of his child. But what we have done in the version 3 is provide group for parent, and by that we inherit that group and take the properties. Okay, but now without group things, you can use the in, which is directly inherit something like that. That's great. That's great. Yeah, that's all for the Tailwind version 4, and it's pretty much simple changes. But when it comes to things which are change and performance, it's a huge, right? You can see the dark mode, and when it comes to colors and theme variables, are all the documentation is updated, so you can check it out in the Tailwind documentation. I just want to aware you guys because most of people are not reading documentation and new trends when it comes to front end, back end, and other stuff. So they are stuck around in some point. You don't have to be if you want to be a good developer or software engineer. So see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe.